Hello all, hope you are doing well. In this video, we are going to see the stress block we use in design of RCC beams. Okay, we are going to see the stress block we use in design of RCC beams. So let us see that. So basically, this is a rectangular beam here. Okay, this is a rectangular beam here, and this is a singly reinforced rectangular beam. Okay, this is the singly reinforced rectangular beam. So in the singly reinforced rectangular beam, we are placing the steel here. Okay, we are placing the steel here to resist what? To resist the tension. Okay, so steel is placed here to resist the tension. Okay, then above the neutral axis, concrete will be under compression. Okay, above the neutral axis, concrete will be under the compression. So here, that's why whatever the strain is there, okay, whatever the strain is there, that is the compressive strain, and whatever the strain is there below the neutral axis, that is the tensile strain. Now this is the stress block here. Okay, this is the stress block. So before seeing this stress block of concrete, let us see the stress strain curve of the concrete here. Okay, let us see the stress strain curve of concrete. So now basically, if you conduct the compressive strength test on a cylindrical specimen, then you can draw the stress strain curve of the concrete, and that curve will be like this. The stress strain curve of the concrete will be like this. So here the curve will remain parabolic, up to the strain of 0.002. Okay, curve remains parabolic up to the strain of 0.002. Then it fails at the strain of, okay, concrete fails at the strain of 0.0035. So from 0.002 to 0.0035, with varying in strain, stress will not vary. Okay, stress will remain constant here. Okay, from 0.002 to 0.0035 strain, stress will remain constant. Okay, so here if you observe at the strain of 0, okay, at the strain of 0, what is the stress? Stress is also 0. At the strain of 0.002, what is the stress? Stress is FCK. And in between them, okay, what is the variation here? Variation is parabolic in nature. Then if you see at the strain of 0.0035, what is the stress here? FCK, like that it is. Then whatever the compressive strength we determine, okay, whatever the compressive strength we determine for the concrete, that we are determining for the 15 centimeter cubes. Okay, that we are determining for the 15 centimeter cubes. But now the point is, in actual construction practice, we will not use the 15 centimeter cubes in the construction, but what we use is, we use the beams, columns, slabs, these things. Okay, we will not use the concrete as the cubes, we will use the beams, columns and slabs whose slenderness ratio is high. And most of the times this slenderness ratio will be greater than 4. Suppose you consider a beam or a column, whatever it is, okay, slenderness ratio will be greater than 4. So because of this slenderness ratio, strength of the concrete will not be FCK. Okay, that means strength of the concrete in 15 centimeter cube will be FCK, but if you use the same concrete in beams, columns and slab, the compressive strength reduces to 0.67 FCK. Okay, 0.67 FCK. So you may get the question like, why it reduces? Okay, suppose take a member like this. Okay, this is the member. Okay, now this is the height of the member and this is the width, suppose. Okay, this is the height and this is the width. Now consider another member like this. This is the height and this is the width. Now apply the same load on the object, which fails early. This object fails early because of the slenderness ratio. Okay, so now the point is, because of this higher slenderness ratio of beams and columns and slabs, whatever the compressive strength of concrete is there, that is considered as 0.67 FCK in the limit state design. Now to this 0.67 FCK we have to apply the factor of safety. Okay, we have to apply the factor of safety. What is the partial factor of safety of concrete in the RCC in the limit state method? 1.5. So it will become like, so this will become like 0.67 FCK divided by 1.5, which is equal to 0.446 FCK. Okay, that means whatever this value is there, instead of taking it as FCK in the limit state method, we will take it as how much? 0.446 FCK. So instead of taking this strength as FCK, first we are considering the size effect and we are reducing it to 0.67 FCK. Then again what we are doing, we are considering the partial factor of safety and we are dividing with 1.5. So this value will become 0.446 FCK. Okay. So now the point is, at the stress of 0, at the strain of 0, stress is 0. At the strain of 0.002, what is the stress is 0.446 FCK. And at this point also stress is 0.446 FCK. Okay, so this is the stress strain curve. Okay, now if you see the beam here, at the extreme compression fiber, okay, at the extreme compression fiber, at failure, what is the strain? 0.0035. Okay, now whatever this depth is there, okay, whatever the depth of neutral axis is there, that we denote with XU generally. Okay, the depth of the neutral axis is XU. So from the neutral axis, at the neutral axis strain is how much? 0. At the extreme fiber, at the extreme compression fiber, strain is how much? 0.0035. Then what is the distance between them? XU. Now you can take like, here the strain is 0 and here the strain is 0.0035. So what will be the distance here? XU. Okay, the total distance will be XU. Now for the strain of 0.0035, distance is XU. For the strain of 0.002, what will be this distance? Okay, you can take it like 0.002 divided by 0.0035 into XU. That is equal to 4 by 7 XU. That means whatever this parabolic portion is there, this distance is 4 by 7 XU and this remaining distance is 3 by 7 XU. So now if you see this, if you rotate this, okay, if you rotate this diagram, suppose, okay, if you rotate this diagram, then you will get it like this. You will get it like this. So here the strain is how much? 0. Here the strain is how much? 0.002. Here the strain is how much? 0.0035. And here what is the stress? 0.446 FCK. And here what is the stress? 0.446 FCK. Then what is the depth up to this point? 4 by 7 XU. And what is the depth? What is this remaining depth? 3 by 7 XU. So this same stress block we will use in the limit state method also. So in the limit state method, this is the XU here. So up to this parabolic portion we will consider it as a 4 by 7 XU, and this remaining portion we consider as a 3 by 7 XU. Okay, like that it is. Okay, so now the thing is, in this portion, okay, in this portion strain variation is parabolic. That means this is 4 by 7 XU suppose. Okay, this is 4 by 7 XU suppose. So in this variation stress is parabolic in nature. Stress variation is parabolic in nature. And in this zone stress variation is linear. Okay, stress is like this. Okay, there is no variation. Okay, then if you determine the area of this stress block, okay, if you determine this area of the stress block, so stress block was like this. Okay, stress block was like this. So here it is 0.446 FCK and this depth is 4 by 7 XU and this depth is 3 by 7 XU. Okay, and here what is the stress? 0.446 FCK. Okay, so this is 0.446 FCK. This is 3 by 7 XUK. Then what is the area of this portion? What is the area of first portion? Okay, area of first portion is 0.446 FCK into 3 by 7 XU. And what is the area of this parabolic portion? Okay, this is the second degree parabola, so area will be 2/3 into AB. Okay, that means 2/3 into 4 by 7 XU into, okay, 2/3 into 4 by 7 XU into 0.446 XU. So if you determine this, if you determine the total value, then you will get it as 0.36 FCK into XU. Okay, if you determine, if you add these two values, then you will get it as 0.361 FCK into XU, which we will consider as 0.36 FCK into XU. Okay, so this is the area of the stress block we consider in the limit state method. Okay, then what we have to determine? We have to determine the compressive force. Okay, we have to determine the compressive force. So what is this compressive force now? Okay, what is this compressive force? So compressive force is nothing but, here area of stress block we got it as 0.36 FCK into XU. Then we have to multiply with the width of the section here. Okay, we have to multiply with the width of the section. So that will become like 0.36 FCK into XU into B. So this is what the compressive force we consider while designing the RCC beams. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you like the video, please share it to your friends and subscribe to our YouTube and Telegram channel. The link were given in the description. Thank you.